Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes NFL Week 2 recap. I, of course, am the perfect one, AJ. Thank you so much for listening, joining, and watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Help us continue to grow as we had an epic week in football being back. The NFL Week 2 did not disappoint whatsoever with an absolute banger of Chargers and the Chiefs on Thursday night. Chargers, Justin Herbert, the big story coming out of that one. He is experiencing some type of discomfort, especially in his ribs. It does seem to be some broken cartilage in there. We'll see how long that develops. But honest to God, Justin Herbert doesn't get hurt in that game, they don't lose the game. I think that completely changed the entire outcome of everything. And it was hard to watch. I mean, shout out to Justin Herbert. Hope you're doing better. Hope you're feeling better. But not fun to watch by any means necessary, obviously. Besides that, some other stuff that happened in the NFL. Big upset comeback in the last 2 minutes. The Jets and the Browns. The Browns continue to be the Browns. It doesn't matter how good they look. It doesn't matter how far ahead they are. They just keep being the Browns with Brownie the Elf for the first time. Center field. I mean, it was just a rough loss, and you can't let Joe Flacco do that to you in the final 2 minutes. Put up 2 tutties and then just get the win. I mean, the Browns might be in full meltdown, but I mean, what else can you expect from the Brownies? A team that had some Super Bowl ambitions, but obvious is starting to fall off and fall off hard. I'm talking about them Indianapolis Colts putting up a goose egg against the Jacksonville Jaguars, 24-0 in Jacksonville. It doesn't seem to matter who's under center for Indianapolis. They just cannot win in Jacksonville whatsoever. Frank Wright, like Fire Frank Wright, started trending on Twitter after this game. I can't blame them. Second time in 2 years, they've put up piss poor performances in Jacksonville. And so, yeah, it's one of those things you gotta produce. And starting 0-2 with a team that is so talented, or 0-1-1, excuse me, with a team that is so talented, can't be doing that. Can't be doing it. Next game, probably upset of the weekend. I want to talk about my Miami Dolphins. My 2-on people. Tua Tagovailoa is that guy. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill are those guys. Mike McDaniels is that guy. Dolphins, you have yourself a fucking team for the first time since the boys went undefeated. I mean, like against the Ravens team that is absolutely stacked. Pay Lamar Jackson, pay the man. He does more than he should to say, but Miami Dolphins putting up that comeback, coming back. I mean, shout out. The Dolphins are destined for a tear this season. They could be the Bengals of last, honestly. Just hopefully with a win. Tom Brady doesn't look to be the same. That Bucs offense, Mike Evans getting suspended for that little scuffle with Lattimore and everything. I mean, Buccaneers are falling apart at the seams, as it seems. They might be 2-0, but they are the weakest 2-0 I have seen in a long time. Now let's talk about the team that was favored for the first time in 24 games, that being the Detroit Lions getting a big home win against the Commanders, 36-27. The defense is still the sketchy part about this Lions team. I do not trust this defense as far as I can throw them, and I don't trust that they can get stops when they need it, and that's why this game was so close. But the Lions have such a high-powered octane offense that it doesn't seem to matter. As long as they can put up more points than their opponents, they're going to be fine the rest of the season. We'll see what they do with a stronger defense and stronger offense, though. Moving on, 49ers, shout out Trey Lance. Sorry for the injury, bub. Thanks for trying. Jimmy G stepping back in, quote, unquote. It's like riding a bike, guys. I mean, Jimmy G is going to put the 49ers back into perspective. I hate what happened to Trey Lance. That is terrible. You hate to see that happen to any player, especially this early in the season. But, we'll see what happens with Jimmy G under center again for the 49ers for the foreseeable future. Now, I can't tell if the Rams are bad or if the Falcons are good. The Rams winning 31-27 at home at SoFi, but making the Falcons look like the Falcons of past with Matt Ryan under center, making Marcus Mariota look like an MVP-style quarterback. Just really weak defense from the Rams, and I think that's what it comes down to. That loss of Von Miller off the edge really seems to affect the Rams, even though they still got Aaron Donald there. Matt Stafford, I don't know if it's the elbow. I don't know what it is. He just doesn't seem to be on the game he's on. And let's talk about a quarterback that's not on the game he's on and shouldn't have won this weekend. That being Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray, respectively. Kyler Murray coming out with a godsend scoop 6 in overtime from the Cardinals defense to pull away 29-23. Didn't look like a quarterback until the second half after Cliff Kingsbury threatened to take away his Xbox if he didn't play well in the second half. And then you got this Broncos team 16-9 against the Texans, but really it looked like the Texans game at any given point. Russell Wilson was not the answer there, and he sure as hell isn't the only problem with that Broncos organization. Same thing with the Bengals. The Bengals go out. They spend a lot of money on an O-line that can't do shit. Justin Herbert's still one of the most hit quarterbacks in the league, and they take a fat L to Cooper Rush and the Cowboys in Jerry World. Just unbelievable. You can't do that. You were in the Super Bowl last year. You have to prove that it wasn't a fluke, but they seem to not be able to do that. Super Bowl hangover still being relevant for both teams, it looks like. Sunday Night Football, Green Bay Packers did their job against the Bears. Simple as that. No ifs, ands, or buts. Aaron Rodgers looked to be in peak form. 27-10. Justin Fields, I mean, you're in a rough spot, pal. You're in a rough spot. You had 2 rough games. You had 1 rough win, and now you have 1 rough loss. But hey, Bears at Lambeau, what do you expect? As of this recording, we got 2 Monday night games going on, but both late in the game, with the team seeming to kind of be there and fair unless they pull off some Jets stuff. Bills, as of this recording, are up 41-7 and driving now with secondary in. And Vikings, Eagles in the third quarter, 24-7. Eagles seem to have that one wrapped up. I mean, the Bills and the Chiefs still remain to be the most impressive squads that play in the NFL as of right now. And the Vikings, I'm sorry, but it might have just been a flash in the pan. It might have been. It just might have been. With that being said, that's my week 2 recap of the NFL. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. Give the link tree a click. Hit us up on the Instagram, the Twitter, and of course, check out the Degen shop for all things Degenerate. With that being said, I've been the Bro 51 AJ. Thank you for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.